We are Nicki and Carlo, and our family live in Positano, Italy, nearly 500 steps from the road, but surrounded by fruit and olive trees and with a fabulous view. Our garden overlooks the sea and we grow our own food. We show you what life is really like on the Amalfi Coast. So please subscribe and welcome to the Positano Diaries. In the last 2 years of making videos about our life on the Amalfi Coast, I haven't been able to show you the true community and traditions that we have here. As COVID changed the world, all traditional festive celebrations were cancelled, and Positano has many that I want to share with you. Hopefully this year will be different. It seems as if we're slowly getting back to normal, and last weekend Positano had its annual Spring Festival on the beach for the first time in 3 years. It's just a simple celebration of spring with music, flower making, face painting and kite flying, but it gets everybody out the house together on the beach and gives us all a sense of community and hope for the coming season. It was far too noisy out there, so we've come into Chez Black to have some lunch, which we very, very rarely do.
Oh, wow! Questo è bellissimo! È la festa del papà.
Our first restaurant experience with Indy is going well.
Oh.
Lo meglio sulla casa maravilla. La mega don pagliare, prendolo passa valletta io. Taruga non me luce cara. Tinta su giardino, bella ti aggiaiuzza.
Good morning. Carlo hates it when I start a video climbing the steps because I'm out of breath. But it's just 10 minutes of peace when I can actually talk, just about. Anyhow, this morning I am taking my yoga teacher up to La Selva. La Selva is a yoga retreat. It's in the next valley to ours, so it's pretty hard to get to. Actually very different from us because we've got proper steps, whereas La Selva has mountain pathways to get to it. But it's absolutely beautiful there. If you've been following for over a year, you would have seen it before because I've been there a few times. Carlo's right, I shouldn't try and talk while I'm climbing steps. Anyhow, they do lots of yoga retreats and Kristen would like to meet them, so I'm going to take her there. We'll have a wander around. I'm sure there'll be lots of lovely flowers out and just admire the views for a while.
I always feel like I'm in Lord of the Rings or something. I'm around.
I'm trying to convince Kristen to start up her own YouTube channel. She's got her phone out and she started filming, so I think we're off to a good start. So from Monte Pertuso, it is about a 15-20 minute walk down quite rough mountain steps to get here, but it's so beautiful, it's so worth it. Just got to either climb back up again afterwards or you carry on going down to the main Amalfi Coast road, which is probably another 15 minutes walk below that. From here though, you've got the most incredible view, which you can't see, hang on. Stretching down the peninsula all the way to Capri at the very end. It's just a little bit misty today to see it, but it is there. Things here. The lavender is growing well. I have to come back in a couple of months when that is in flower.
Okay, now we're here at La Selva. This is the house.
This is Indy's uncle. Christiana's going to take us on a little tour, which we've never actually done on video before. So I'll show you some of the land they've got and the yoga studio and the yoga platform. This room you will have seen before. This is sort of like the covered terrace where they have a big table, and we often sit here and have lovely meals, all from the garden produce. Come on, you're going to come out for a walk? You're too busy cleaning your feet. Minnie, hello. Hey, beautiful. So this is the summer yoga platform. So these dogs, one of them is the grandmother of Indy, and two of them are aunts and uncles. This is I'm not sure if it's an auntie or an uncle. But what a fabulous place to do yoga, hey? With this as your backdrop. And down the very bottom, we have an indoor yoga studio, which is really nice. We did some yoga in here a few winters ago. So lovely. Kristen is looking for places to teach yoga and also for people to take her classes. She is a really good yoga teacher. I've been having classes with her for about a month now, and I'm really enjoying it. Every morning when I get up and have to go, I hate the fact that I have to go, but once I get there, love it. Really good. She's been teaching for years and years, and she really knows her stuff, and she knows how to not force you to do too much if you can't bend a certain way or anything. She gives you alternatives, and yeah, really knows what she's doing. So she's here on the Amalfi Coast and needs to build up some clients, which I think should be pretty easy because there's not really many yoga teachers around in this area. Somebody is about to pounce. I'm going to head back up now. Carlo's had to go to the vet and pick up Lily, so I'm going to bring her home and get her comfortable, and I will fill you in on what's happening with her afterwards. I'm back home and through the washing line we have a new plantation happening of onions, and we're going to have to fence this off so that a certain little madam doesn't go digging. While Luca plants the onions, Carlo is having to make a fence which will go all around this area to try and stop certain animals.
Questa è la fence per quel diavolo là.
In particular, this one.
You can be so loud.
So Lily is back from the vets. Now, she went to the vets because they wanted to attempt to amputate her leg, which has got a huge tumour on it. You can see here how big it is. You see? It's very, very big. And unfortunately, it's too late. The tumour has spread and they're not going to be able to amputate at all, and there's nothing that they can do. So we're just going to keep her at home and keep her comfortable as long as we can. We've got some medicine. I've just ordered it from the pharmacy for her so she won't be in too much pain, and then when she is in too much pain we will have to decide what to do. But for now she's happy to be home. And as the sun sets, for now we have a gated area full of onions and parsley. This is obviously temporary. Once the onions are established, we can take it all down.
Allora, amore, ho pensato che è arrivato il momento di piantare questi alberelli di avocado. Questi sono quelli che ho tolto dall'umido.
Yeah, these basically just grew in the compost pile from avocado seeds. And we've now got, quante sono? 1, 2, 3?
In realtà sono 4, perché queste sono 2, guarda.
Ah, okay. So, we're going to attempt to grow our own avocados, which would be amazing.
Qua c'era anche un albero di mango, però questo si è staccato purtroppo.
What a shame.
No,
That would be a massive bonus.
Allora è manco un cazzo.
Ok. Allora, so che questo, se prende bene, diventerà un albero come l'arancio, anche più grande.
And that's the problem.
Però non lo vogliamo mettere davanti alla vista, vero?
No, definitely not.
Ok, ho pensato che lo potremmo mettere tra questi due alberi. Tipo qua.
I think that's the only place that we can put it. È l'unico posto dove possiamo metterlo.
No, non è vero, lo possiamo mettere in tanti posti, ma gli altri posti tu non lo vuoi.
No, I can't put it over there. Block the view. That's ridiculous. There's nowhere else it can go.
Guarda, c'hai una scelta di altre 3 piante, possiamo mettere in posti diversi.
Non ci può pensare.
Put one up, but Luca, take one. Prendi uno tu. E vedi se cresce bene su in qualche parte. Tu ce l'hai spazio.
Devo togliere i fighi. Se togli i fighi da là lo posso mettere.
No, i fighi li vogliamo.
No, non vogliamo I fighi. I am going to leave these two pottering in the garden. The sun is starting to set. And I'm going to go inside where I've just made some chocolatey fudgy brownie biscuits and a pot of tea. There they are. This is not a recipe of mine, it's one I found on the internet. I will leave a link to it below because it's really good. And we don't have any chocolate in the house at the moment, so this is a perfect substitute. We are attempting to go out for the day with the dogs. Indy needs to have lunch still because she's growing. We need water. I've just given her her little pill she needs. I've given Lily her medicine. And now I've got to just carry a 6 kilo puppy up 500 steps before we can go out. Okay, I'm going to show you how I figured out to carry Indy up the steps, because when she was a bit smaller I was just basically putting her in a bag, and she's too big for a bag now. So I've got a beach sarong, and I've folded it in half lengthways, and then I've tied the corners together. And basically this is how I carried Sky around when she was a baby, because obviously living in a place like this we don't use buggies or pushchairs, so I just need help to get her in it because she's all legs. Come here.
Eccola qua.
And just tuck all the paws and tails and all the bits and pieces in. She's not in. It's the tail.
Eccola qua.
So that's it. Basically, this is how I used to carry Sky around when she was little. I can't find Sky's baby sling. It's somewhere in the house, but we've looked everywhere and can't find it. So this takes all the weight off my arms. She's quite happy to sit there most of the time. And this is how we go up 500 steps with a puppy who's not allowed to walk up 500 steps.
Sì.
If anybody has any idea when they can start walking up 500 steps, please do let me know, because I don't know how long I can keep this up.
Questo è quello che fa Indy.
Yeah, she loves flower pots. They're the best toys. Keeps her busy for hours.
E pensa che questo, insomma, l'ha andata a prendere dalla busta dell'immondizia, non è che stava appoggiato. Lei è una ladra. Preso tutto?
Sì, prendo una giacca nel caso che mi serve.
Ho preso un altro.
Holly?
Non li lascio.
Andiamo.
Ah.
Not quite sure how this is going to work. Are we going to have to get another doggy car seat? Indy's supposed to be in it, but she's out of it. Holly's trying to get into the front.
C'hanno la loro sede, nessuno di te due sta seduto lì dentro. Ah, ecco,
good girl. Clever Indy. We're going to go for a walk in the little pine forest up at Colli Fontanelle, which is about a 20-minute drive from Positano. It's just, it's almost exactly 1 kilometre long, and it's just a strip of trees. And we've been here before, we've shown it before, but this is Indy's first time. We were actually going to go to Capri today, but in the end I decided it was just a bit too much of a hassle at the moment because there's still no ferries running from Positano this week. I think they probably will start up in the next week or so, and we will do it then, because otherwise we would have had to go up to Montepatuso, get the car, drive all the way to Sorrento, pay to park in Sorrento and get the ferry, and then come all the way back again afterwards. It's just so much more convenient when the ferries are running from Positano, because we just need to go down to the beach and get a ferry. So we will do that hopefully in the next week or so and have a day in Capri with the poopy dogs.
Hello everywhere. C'entra perché qualcuno ha detto ma non lo dici più hello everywhere. Sì, lo dico, l'ho detto adesso.
We've just come across some other dogs and somebody is a little bit freaked out. What is it? It's okay. She's climbed up into my arms by herself. She feels safe here. There's three other dogs here at the moment, so she's she's got to get used to seeing other dogs and socialise with them. Down.
Abbaierà e si spaventerà, guarda, vuole venire da me perché io sono più lontano. Diciamo è il primo nostro incontro con altri cani che non sono della zona e quindi
un interscambio internazionale.
Sì. Dai. Eppure sono così dolci e così tranquilli.
So you can do a loop in the woods. We're now walking back along the side path, which opens up every now and again to this view of Vesuvius, Vico Aquenz and Saiano down there. And I'm starting to get hungry now. My tummy is rumbling. Tu hai fame?
Ah, molto, sì.
There's also quite a few nice villas and houses in this area, and you can see some of them quite well as you're walking past. Which, let's face it, we all love doing, don't we? Walking past nice houses, looking into the gardens and dreaming of what it would be like to live there. Look at the beautiful camellias here. Look at that view. I mean, you can't complain about that, can you? We are in our favourite little quick stop-off restaurant, the Stelluccia. These two are having lunch. This is Francesco, the world's friendliest waiter.
Numero uno, lui numero uno.
Lui è il cameriere numero uno.
Lui è il numero uno, grande.
Senza offesa per il suo collega.
Grazie.
And the signora over there is preparing fresh fennel and fresh broccoletti from the restaurant gardens. There's a whole table of it. So this is the leafy broccoli. It is slightly bitter and so good, cooked up with onion, garlic, olive oil and a little bit of chili pepper. Very, very good.
If you want to know what is this, is pasta con le traglie. Is a pasta with oops.
Boobs?
No boobs.
Pork ribs.
Ah, pork ribs. It's pasta with the pork ribs. It's not pasta with boobs.
I haven't got a plate of pasta because I wanted some fish instead, so I'm getting some grilled fish, and this is the broccoli that is being prepared over there, now cooked, and it is so good. This looks actually really good with Italian sausage. And ask and you will receive. It wasn't on the menu, but I asked for a mixed plate of grilled fish, and this is what I got.
Questo è più buono.
Questo è più buono.
Ok, adesso.
Movimento.
It's the panna cotta test. If it wobbles when you shake it, it's a good one.
Sembra.
Decided we're going to go for another walk to walk off our lunch and especially our panna cotta, sneaky panna cotta that we really shouldn't have had. But we've come to Monte San Costanzo, which is a mountain. I'd make such a great tour guide, wouldn't I? It's basically a triangle-shaped mountain with a little church on the very, very top. You can see it if you're going on a boat trip, or you go towards Capri on a boat, you can sort of see it on the coastline as you go past. And it's just a pretty little walk. Let me show you. This is what it looks like up here. We're just going to walk up towards the church. Indy's had a nice big sleep in the restaurant and in the car, but I'm definitely not walking her too much. She hasn't walked. I know people are going to say, oh, but she's only supposed to do 15 minutes walk twice a day. She's maybe doing a little bit more than that, but she's absolutely fine. She's had lots of long sleeps.
Oggi è la giornata degli incontri.
It's been a really interesting day because we've met a couple of people now who've got more than 2 dogs, and it's just been really interesting chatting to them and just getting ideas from them. This lady here has got 3 dogs, and she has been telling us how Indy will probably learn things from Holly. So for example, if Holly comes in the kayak, Indy will see that and Indy will want to come in the kayak too. That's something we'll be trying out soon, hopefully. But yeah, it's been really interesting.
Sai che è difficile fare i video e camminare senza inciampare e spaccarmi la testa su queste rocce. Monte San Costanzo, eccolo là.
In this beautiful place, and of course Carla has bumped into somebody he knows. It's pretty standard.
Trovato in ferita, qualcuno si piglia con dei.
Che fai, scendi?
I forgot about the steps. Oof.
Dai, la porto io adesso.
If you look back behind you, this is the path we're walking up now, you can see Capri. That's how close we are. And here we are. Doesn't look like much in itself, but let's take the drone up. of being overtired. Time to go home. Basta! Time for bed! Time for bed! Andiamo. And that down there is a ferry, and it's coming from Capri and it's going towards Positano. So we could have gone. Everybody told me there weren't any ferries yet. They were wrong. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you very much for watching, and a big thank you to all of my patrons for supporting me. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hopefully we will see you next week, where we might be coming from a slightly different location. We haven't quite decided if we're just going to do a day trip to Capri or if we're going to go somewhere a little bit further away.